Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to the Game of Fortune. In the last part, we had a very silent game. I wasn't very silent, but I'm alive still, so I'm just the narrator. It's okay. I don't count for the silent nonsense. Oh my gosh, that game. We had a few bad endings, but it's okay. We're back in the same old lounge. Nothing really was changed around here, huh? I just did a quick scan to see who the survivors were and who was left. There should be only 4 others. Ah, and so the stragglers have made it. Welcome back. Everett, Grant, Alphonse, and William were lounging on the couches. Trying to do the math on who survived what games. Yeah, I'm trying to remember who went through what doors. Well, let me make it easier for you. Obviously, my amazing skill assured that I was going to survive. Oh no, the lady's dead. And because Everett was paired up with me as a teammate, meant the downfall of Teresa and Elizabeth. I sad to see him go, but when you're as great as me, you just can't show mercy. Alright, sure, that's what happened. It is what happened! Okay, fine, and Alphonse and Graham were teamed up together as well? Basically, it was us against Jade and Maria. You can clearly see the results of that game. Not that Jade and Maria made it easy, mind you. They're quite the fighters when they're motivated. Alright, well, I guess that explains how you each got here. Yeah, we did all the heavy lifting so that you and the others could get an easy game. It wasn't really an easy game, it was actually confusing as hell. Really? Well, perhaps the game was confusing, but wasn't exactly a threat to your life. No, there was a definite threat to my life. If things had gone differently, then I'd be dead for sure. Well, it didn't, so I suppose everything worked out. Yeah, I guess so. Look past them towards the 2 doors leading out to the next game rooms. We're all here now, so are we gonna get going then? Hey, there's no rush. You need a break, don't you? A guy like me can rush into the next game, no problem, but you probably need a breather, don't you? How considerate of you. Our game wasn't really that intense. I don't mind going ahead. Well, what about Lilith and Laura? Maybe they need a moment to relax. Actually, I did want to have a chat with Laura and Richard. You wanted to talk with me? It's about something very brief. Everett rubbed his temples as he grimaced in pain. Pardon me, I've been racked with headaches for a while now. See, poor Everett needs a moment to get his head on straight. I'm sure you want to talk with us while you've got a headache. It's nothing major, just comes and goes. Well, I suppose it can't hurt to chat for a while. Great, I think that Lilith and Laura are talking in the kitchenette. Shall we go? Richard just shrugged and followed behind Everett to the kitchen. Is he alright? He was complaining about headaches all through the game that we had. Maybe he just gets migraines. Might be something magical. Magical, huh? Yeah, it's like sometimes magical interference from various creatures or phenomena can cause headaches. Elizabeth told me so. My guess, Everett must be getting overwhelmed by the latent magical energies of this place. Weaker mind like his might be suffering to comprehend and understand everything that's going on. Funny, I didn't mention that when he was within earshot. Well, you know, I didn't want to embarrass him in front of everyone. Really, I'm doing him a service. I know quite a few spells and rituals that can dampen the effects of magic. You're an odd kid, you know that? I'm not odd, I just know that most other people don't know about. People like to think that the world is mundane, but I know the truth. I've seen it myself. They can laugh and mock me all they want, but I know the truth. Alphonse looked William up and down, which seemed to make the smaller man shrink. What? You're trying to ascertain my abilities? I could show you all sorts of things, but it'd be like trying to make a geyser in the ocean. You just can't do it. Belle's powers here are just too strong for a young aspirant like me. Well, sort of. Just want to ask how long you've been like that. Been like what? Say they had these magical abilities. How long have you had them for? You want to know? There was a hint of surprise in his voice, as though he didn't expect anyone to believe him or no one to take interest in him. But once the shock was over, he was grinning with pride once again. Oh, my life, I imagine that's why Elizabeth wanted to teach me about the ways of the magical world. She could tell that I had talent, true skill that needed to be molded into something greater. Oh, well, what can you do? Well, I specialize in sensing. Really? Impressed. I've been able to tell when I'm around magical people or magical entities. Because of that, I'm able to spot werewolves, vampires, and fae. Are you serious? Okay, so maybe it wasn't an actual werewolf, but just a suspiciously hairy guy. Maybe the vampire was really just a really pale guy that drank a lot of wine. I've seen Faye before when I went on a trek in the woods. They made me follow them to this really beautiful glade in the forest. And then they almost broke my leg by leading me over a sinkhole. Classic Faye behavior. Don't tell me I should believe this guy. Well, can't say I know all that much about his abilities, but I do believe in the supernatural. Things like ghosts, spirits, monsters, I believe in them all. But you're a private investigator. Aren't you supposed to ground yourself in reality and facts? True. It doesn't mean I can't believe in more fantastical things, can I? Besides, I do a side gig as a paranormal investigator. You can't be serious. I am! I even have an online channel dedicated to it. Private investigator that moonlights as a paranormal investigator. I've seen it all. And you must know a lot of stuff about spirits then. Well, I won't say I don't know a lot about them. I've just seen a few, or at least seen what they can do. But I haven't done in-depth research to really say I can tell the difference between a ghost, a spirit, or a poltergeist. Scary stuff, though. You ever dealt with a specter? No, I try not to deal with a lot of the dangerous stuff. I'm still learning, after all. Elizabeth said if I ever felt a chill in my spine or wandered around haunted houses, I should get the hell out of Dodge. I sounded by his side. I wish I had someone like that looking over me when I was growing up. You didn't? Wait, do you have supernatural powers too? Alphonse simply shrugged. Sort of. It's nothing really crazy. I just get a sort of supernatural way of reading people if I talk to them enough. It manifests itself in different ways. Sometimes a feeling, sometimes an image. I can't really control it that well either. That's never led me down the wrong path yet. Never thought that I'd meet another person like me here of all places. How come I didn't sense it? Figured I'd be able to know if someone else was here like me. Maybe it's the environment. I don't know what your sensing ability feels like, but it's if this whole place is supernatural in nature, then maybe you're just overwhelmed. Kind of like trying to detect heat when you're in the middle of a firestorm. I think you have some serious problems detecting anything if you're in a firestorm. Well, you get the point. Hard to sense differences when you're overwhelmed at all sides. You know what? That makes sense. Though, now that I think about it, I did sort of feel some supernatural vibes from you and Richard before we got here. Wasn't that big, just a small itch. I thought that it might have just been the area, but now I'm sure of it. Richard, huh? Yeah, he's definitely got some supernatural vibes going on. Wonder if that has something to do with how perceptive he is in his eyes. With his eyes. Yeah, go ask him about it. You go do that. I'm gonna talk with Alphonse more about his supernatural experiences. It'll come in handy for a guy like me. Right, well, you have fun with that? Love to see William and Alphonse getting along over something strange. But at least he's not annoying me with... Well, he's annoying me while he was chatting with him. The grammar's not getting better at this route. Of course, as soon as I set foot into the kitchen, another scene was already in progress. A feeling I wasn't going to be able to get my own question answered anytime soon. But that's not what you wanted before. Pardon, what do you mean? You wanted something else. Laura, what are you talking about? I'm just confused. You are the same man, aren't you? You're the one asking if I was supposed to kill that lady, right? That's what you wanted me to do, isn't it? What? I'm sorry, Lilith. I just didn't tell you because I was scared. Didn't really understand what they were asking of me, but you wanted me to wish someone dead. I thought they were joking. I thought that wasn't real, but... Hold on. Who are you talking about? You know who? That Kana lady. Whoever she is. Kana? That's what I was told. I don't know who that is. I don't know why they want her dead. I just thought it was a joke. I didn't think. Hey, what the hell did you drag my sister into? Trying to make a murderer out of her? No, I don't. I would never want to do such a thing. Frankly, I don't even know who would even want to kill Kana. Kana Umushima? Yes, that's her name. That's what I was told. Do you know them? Sort of, I guess. She's more of an old friend of my father's. Well, apparently someone wants her dead. I don't understand, Everett. You're asking me to change my wish, as if I had something else to do. Don't get it. Why do you want me to save this Nigel person all of a sudden? Can't you just do that on your own? That's stern. The back of his neck nervously to try to find the words to slip out. Find the right words to slip out of his mouth. Just need a little help, really. It could go a long way. If you give me time to explain myself, then I promise it'll make sense. We're not doing this. You're not pulling my sister into whatever schemes you've got. And you sure as hell aren't turning her into a murderer or some guardian either. Lilith, please, I just need a moment to explain. I already told you we're not listening. We don't want to get caught up in whatever bullshit you're knee-deep in. Come on, Laura. Wait, you could just... Everett grabbed a hold of Laura's arm. Please, I'm desperate here. I want to ask if my life wasn't on the line here. I'm at the end of my rope. Please. I let go of her arm before I cut it off. Of course, I'm sorry, but my friend is in trouble. My dear friend could die if things don't go right today. Something happened to him. I won't be able to forgive myself for at least not trying. Fine, I'll hear you out. Laura! I'm not making any decisions. I'm confused. I don't understand anything that's going on. But if someone's in danger, the least I can do is at least hear them out. Thank you. Thank you so much, Laura. You really are a lifesaver, you know that? I hope I can be. Well, then allow me to... I hate to interrupt, but... we're getting ready to move into the next of the games. Fonz wanted me to let you all know, so yeah. Oh, darn. Looks like we're just about to run out of time. It's fine. We only need one group of 4 to enter the first door. You, Laura, and myself, and someone else grouped up with. If grouped up, we could just go into the second door and spend a little bit more time talking. Ugh. That's fine. We should probably talk about this with everyone else, though. Meet me back up in the lounge? Of course, of course. Everett walked over with Laura and Lilith over to the lounge, along with Grant. What was that all about? Everett was asking Laura if she might be willing to wish for something on his behalf. Well, me too, but I think he was hoping Laura would be more eager. Just spiraled out of control from there. You have any idea what it's about? Well, a few ideas. I guess that Everett wants to protect someone and needs a little help on the wish front with that. Maybe he thinks that having Laura on her side... That having Laura on her side... will help. On his side? I think supposed to be on his side will help. But then why not ask both Laura and Lilith? That's a good question. Maybe Lilith can't help anymore? Can't help anymore? Richard simply shrugged and started walking towards the lounge. Hey, wait up! You clearly know something. You know this Kana Umeshima woman or whatever. What's she gotta do with all this? Honestly, I don't know. I just know a name because she used to be friends with my father. I can think of a few reasons why some people want her dead. Seriously? Yeah, probably. I mean, I haven't kept up with her, but I can imagine a few things. If you say so. Didn't really believe him fully, but it's not like I had any way to prove that he was lying. Maybe he was right. Maybe this was just some odd coincidence. But I didn't have much time to figure that out. We had to sort out our groups after all. So, Lilith, Laura, and Everett, you 3 want to be a group? That's fine, isn't it? Sure, I'm not going to tell you that you can't join up with whoever you want. Mind if I tag along? What? It shouldn't be a problem, should it? Well, I suppose there's no problem, no. Hey, I want to join that group too! Really? I figured that didn't want to go into the same group as Everett. Why? Just because he's bigger than me doesn't mean he can beat me in a fight. He could definitely beat you in a fight with one hand tied behind his back, too, I bet. Well, that's beside the point. The games aren't always about brute strength anyway. It's just that I want a bit more time to rest is all. Is that the reason? You've had the most rest out of all of us. I expend a lot of energy. I need more rest than the average person. See, it must be tough always pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion. It is. You don't know how hard I push myself every day. I'm sure you can tough it out, right? You're a strong guy with a big heart and bigger spirit. I think you'd win the next game no problem if you went for it now. I'd really appreciate having another breather. Well, I guess I should give you another chance to rest. Elizabeth always said to be polite to the elderly. Fine. for you, I'll push myself a little bit further, so you better make the most of the help that I'm giving you. Thanks, William. I really appreciate it. Fine, whatever then. We've got our group settled then, right? Grant, Clyde, Richard, and William will go through door 1, and the rest of us will go through door 2. Everyone got it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all understand. You ain't much of a choice in the matter either, but I'm not complaining. Richard's fine, Grant's quiet, but he seems alright. William's the only annoyance, but maybe it'll be tolerable. Alright then, let's get going. We've got a game to win. Or at least I've got a game to win. I would not wait for William if he met his untimely end in the next game. Lead the way. 3 of us walked right behind William in the next waiting room and watched as the door closed firmly behind us. You know, thinking about it, this really is the best situation for each of you. You'll have a better chance of living when you play a game with me in the first round. As my... I guess I could suck my mouse. Is that what you really think? The math checks out, doesn't it? The math does not check out at all, William. Well, it's good that we're under your protection then. Well, you're gonna have to still do your part. Still in the wonky English. But your odds of survival are at least better now. Right, let's see what Belle has to say before we start calculating odds of success. Sure, Belle will back me up on this. I severely doubt that. Did someone call for me? Belle's face appeared on the screen as usual. Great timing as usual, Belle. Can you let them know about my amazing ability to win these games? Oh, I can certainly do that, William. You're one of my favorites here, after all. I am? Yeah, no one here quite has the spunk and moxie to keep getting up after they fail. Huh? Not the words you wanted to hear, huh, William? Oh, but don't be mistaken. William is quite clever and has his moments. What he lacks in intelligence, he makes up for in scrappy determination. It's kind of cute. Like looking at a rat trying to outwit a wolf. That's not exactly the kind of praise I was looking for. It was still mostly positive, William. But she called me a rat. Well, do you prefer a mouse? I prefer something cooler, like a wolf or a tiger, you know, anything that's not so small. Well, I can't really think of anything for this at the moment, so let's get back to that later. Anyway, how are you for feeling? Ready for a boys' game night? Usually a game night involves snacks and games that won't result in the deaths of the players. Games aren't any fun if there aren't stakes. Besides, there are tons of games where characters die. We're just gonna make it a little more real is all. Well, will you provide snacks at least then? Sure, I'll give you some snacks. Really? Yeah, what are you in the mood for? Honestly, didn't think I'd get this far with a joke. I'll take pita chips. And just some crackers for me. Almonds, please. You're all actually asking for snacks? Well, she was offering, so... Fine, just give me some, like, sunflower seeds. Here you go! And Belle snapped her fingers, and each of our snacks fell into her hands in a puff of smoke. Don't say I'm a bad host now. I don't know if giving us free snacks suddenly absolves you of being a bad host. Some people are just impossible to please. Well, let's get to the roulette portion then. One more roulette. This should be the last one. One last spin of fates. The first game was a slaughterhouse, and the second one was without a single death. This next one will be somewhere in the middle. Modest about the deaths? Doesn't matter. I'm sure that even death here doesn't quite matter. I'll be brought back eventually. Then should I even worry? I'll survive whether I win or not. This point I'll just be fighting for a wish. Well, wishes are pretty handy. And hey, if everyone's fighting for them, why shouldn't I? 3 versus 1 game! The team against the solo, the loner against the group, an unbalanced game of uncertain possibilities. There's so much that can happen, so much time to see it play out as well. It's just another team game. Calm down. Not like Deb will be here this time. You don't have to worry about hurting her anymore. Just survive no matter what happens. That's all you have to do. Alright, now we have that out of the way. Who's excited for the game that we'll be playing? What's it gonna be? William was still snacking a seemingly endless bag of pita chips while keeping his eyes glued to the screen. Manners, William, manners. But we're gonna play a stage play shuffle. Super simple game. You're gonna love it. And where the team is gonna be? Oh, right. Gotta make sure you get that set before the game starts. Teams will be Grant versus William, Richard, and Clyde. Alright, looks like you two will be surviving with me. You should be thanking me once again. Please stop talking when your mouth is full of food. But these are so good! One way or another, we're stuck with him. Great. Now the teams are settled. Grant, would you kindly go through the door on the left? Clyde, Richard, and William, you three can go into the room on the right. Got it. I'll see you on the other side then. Good luck and good fortune to you. Good luck. As if I need any luck. I make my own success. You know, you don't have to try so hard to convince us of your abilities, right? Where's this coming from? I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything. Really. Seems to me like you're a peacock trying to put on a grand display. Keep on touting your own abilities and how you can make yourself useful, but it's more like you're trying to convince yourself more than us. Who asked you? I don't need to prove anything to myself. Just know how amazing I can be. There, that's what I'm talking about. You're saying that out loud, and then your eyes wince a little and your shoulders sag a little bit. Your eyes are full of self-doubt. I don't get what you're saying. Just wait and see in the game. You'll know that I'm just as good as I say I am. I don't need convincing. I know that I'm just as good. You'll see. Stuffing his mouth with food, he marched through the right door. Looking into people's eyes again. I guess I just feel a little bit sorry for him. Sure, he's annoying, but I don't think that he's a bad person. He just probably doesn't have much confidence in himself. You think so? It's just a thought. Lots of people are like that. The world doesn't think much of them. They don't think much of themselves, but if they say it out loud enough times, well, then saying goes to fake it until you make it, right? Well, he's very much in the fake stage of that saying. Probably, but let's see if he's able to make good on his words in the next game. Hope so. Our lives are riding on it. We walk through the game door on the right, hoping that maybe we fare through this next game just as smooth as we did the last one. We unlocked at some kind of stage that was covered with fake scenery. Any idea for where the stage play shuffle comes from? What's with these giant set pieces? They just seem slightly out of place, don't they? Hope they're not going to be expected to do some kind of acting. If we do, I'll be happy to be stars of the show. Well, my little darling, you'll be the stars of this particular show. They'll appear atop of the stump that was on the stage, posing dramatically before stepping down onto the stage proper. How's it feel, having spotlight on you? Feels great. Feels natural. This is a state I was always meant to be in. You're right. I also think it's a bit too bright. Well, it won't matter, because for this game, we'll be trying to avoid being seen. It would be a crime to hide my genius and abilities from the world. Well, you might want to rethink that there, William, especially since that might end up leading to your doom. My doom? Your unexpected and horrific doom. Right, so where's Grant? Is he going to be playing around here, or... Oh, he's here. He's just overlooking things from above, you know? Want to wave and say hello, Grant? Hello. Voice faintly echoed from somewhere above the stage. Suppose I should bring you down here for a moment while I explain the rules. Shouldn't be long anyway. With a snap of the fingers, Grant floated down on some kind of railed podium before stepping back off onto the stage. Nice ride. Thanks. I mean, it's not really a ride. Hush, no gossiping while I'm getting out the rules. I wouldn't want you to miss out on important details after all. So listen up. We're all ears. Good, then allow me to explain. A stage play shuffle is a game about being able to hide your presence, being able to guess where others are hiding. Rules are simple. This game will be played through 3 rounds of play. The trio will win if at least one of them is alive by the end of the 3rd round. So will win if all the members of the trio team are dead by the end of the 3rd round. Sounds simple enough thus far. Gameplay will go as follows. The curtains will fall, obscuring the view of the solo player, while the trio will attempt to hide out of view behind one of the 4 set pieces. For a set amount of time, the curtains will open up again, and the solo will be able to select one set piece to remove, thus revealing anyone hiding behind it. If a player is revealed, they'll be executed. After that, the curtains close once again. The cycle will repeat itself 2 more times. Simple, right? It really is simple, right? It's just about being able to pick the best hiding spot. Hey, isn't this based off hiding? This is my original game. Totally came up with this on my own. Highly doubt that, but whatever. So we basically just pick a hiding spot and then pray that we don't get picked. Doesn't really seem to be much strategy for this game. Well, if that's what you think, Richard, then you're free to go in without a plan. No skin off my back. There's never skin off your back. You're not the one playing these games. Well, I would, but it'd be no fun if I just clobbered all of you in every game. Such arrogance. Might I ask a question? You may. What's on your mind, Grant? How many people can hide behind a particular set piece? As many or as few as they want. All 3 of them could be cower behind the teacup if they wanted to. We can group up. If you think that's the best strategy, then sure. What happens if someone doesn't end up getting behind the set piece before the timer's up? Then they'll die, of course, because they have been seen. But hey, at least you'll die in the spotlight. Not so appealing now, is it, William? Super simple game, right? Why, it's so simple. It's like I don't even need to repeat myself. Like, really, there can't possibly be any other questions, right? Well, I just have one. Alright, let's hear it. Will set pieces come back down after a round, or are they just gone forever? You got it! Once it's gone, it's gone! Which means you'll get steadily down to less hiding places. Got it. Well, if there aren't any more questions, shall we get this game started? Might as well. I'm ready. As am I. Yeah, let's get going. Alright, well, first, let's get you out of here. They'll pull Grant back up onto the podium. Wait, can you be a little... With a snap of a finger, she was sent careening towards the ceiling once again. Or somewhere up there. I couldn't really tell as the curtains quickly closed as he was sent away. Alright, you 3 have got 4 minutes to decide where you're going to hide. Only 4 minutes? That's plenty of time. I guess you're right. Okay, timer near the ceiling. It shows how much time you've got left. Good luck and good fortune. That final farewell bell poofed in a cloud of smoke and left the 3 of us with little time to make a move. Alright, so how are we going to do this? Do we just pick a spot and then hide? That seems to be the case. Well, I call dibs on the house. That's fine, you can have it. But shall we be thinking a bit more thoroughly about this? What do you mean? He means we should probably think about whether or not we want to stick together or split up. Why would we want to stick together? Doesn't that just mean Grant will get more of us if he guesses right? That's true, but if he fails just once, then he loses the game. Oh, I see what you mean. If he doesn't get at least one person in the first round, the next few rounds, we just have to stay apart and we win, right? Exactly. It'd be a way to ensure that we'd win with at least one survivor. But I don't want to die. And your idea would just lead to more of us dying, right? Well, that's... I guess he's right. Using that method will guarantee that 2 of us will die. I think that is fine. Really? Well, it's a team game, right? Even if we die, we'd still win as a team. The chances are that if we do die, that Belle will probably bring us back, right? You can't say stuff like that and so uncertain of yourself. Sorry, I just thought that it made sense. What's the point of having a team game if you can't work together and win together? At that point, we may as well just be playing a game against one another. Yes, that makes sense. Of course, you can play however you want. Spreading out mitigates the risk of all of us dying at once, but also ups the chances of Grant being able to pick a set piece that has one of us hiding behind it. Well, whatever you choose, I'm going to be behind the house now. If you want to group up, just pick the same place as me. William quickly hid behind the house set piece. I turned to see we only had about a minute left to make a decision. Alright, well, guess we need to make a choice. Want to split up or stay together? Don't really care either way. I just need you to make a choice, Richard. But if you want to pass the buck off to me, then fine, I'll decide for us. So probability-wise, I know there's no actual splits, so there's just gonna be bad endings if I fail. Probability-wise, if we all split up, there's a 3 in 4 chance he picks the right one. If we group up, then 1 in 4 chance that he hits us all in one fell swoop. I'm gonna group up with William. Let's go group up with William. It's a strategy that'll either make us or break us. It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy. Let's hope it works out. Quickly, story behind the house as the timer began to tick dangerously low. Hey, don't push! I was here first. Just shut up. You're talking too. Caesar should clamp his mouth shut and just covered my own mouth with my hand. Thankfully, he buried the idea right as the curtains opened wide once again. They really did just disappear behind the set pieces, didn't they? So, Belle, what do I do now? Do I just point whatever one I think one of them might be hiding behind? That's it, but be very careful with your choice, Grant. Who knows where those rascals might be hiding? Well, I'd assume that you knew. Of course I know. I can't just snitch on where they're hiding. Not be in poor taste. Poor taste, huh? Poor in taste? Maybe they're behind the tea? That wasn't a hint, by the way. It would really be in poor taste. There's no reason not to pick the teacup. I'll pick that one. Alright, let's see if they're behind the teacup. Oh, what a pity, since there wasn't anyone that was there at all. What a shame, what a true shame. Then, where were they? Let's find out. Come out, my little rascals. We've peeked our heads out from behind the house once Belle called for us. You know, you can call us something other than rascals, right? And Grant strikes again. Really, I knew that you wouldn't have picked the house, Grant. And with Richard and Clyde following my lead, it was only natural that they'd fall into success just like me. Well, that's good, I suppose. Well, you avoided death this time. Let's see what happens in the next round. Right? We've still got 2 more rounds to go. Who knows what'll happen? Maybe there'll be some amazing twist that turns things on its head. I suppose that's possible. Exactly. So get back up there and think about your next move, Grant. I'll push Grant back onto his podium, nearly making him stumble onto his ass before he was sent flying back towards the ceiling. As for you 3, well, you've only got 2 rounds left to go. You know the drill by now. Let's get with it. Like clockwork, she disappeared in a cloud of blue smoke, and the 3 of us looked at one another. Curtains closed, and timer began to tick once more. Alright, so we're basically won at this point, right? Damn right, all thanks to my amazing thinking. You were against the idea. I was just faking so to be more on board with it. You know, that thing where people get more entrenched in their ideas when someone goes against them? That's me. I'm the person that emboldens your ideas so you don't chicken out of them. Fine, let's just split up accordingly so we can be done with this. I'll take the house again if that's fine with everyone else. You can keep it. I'll go behind the bush. Then that leaves me with the stump. Good work, team, and break. We weren't huddled, and there wasn't really much work that we had to do. It's fine. Just get to your places. But this way, we guarantee he picks one of us, right? So, oh right, yeah, we're going for that. If he picks our spot, then we'll just get revived. We're going with that theory, because we're a team. Who do you think is going to get picked? I don't know, probably just be random. It's not like there's any sort of trick that lets Grant know where we're all hiding. If there were, he definitely found us right on the first round. Right, but like, do you think he'd try and get someone specific? Not really. I don't see why I want one person over another. Doesn't matter. For Grant, he's basically screwed either way. Guess you're right, but like, he did pick a spot. You don't think it'd be mine, do you? I swear, if he doesn't shut up, you'll probably be fine, William. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm always fine. I'm the champ, the smooth sailor. Will's a cucumber, Chill's an iceberg, Suave is a... Alright, we get it. Sorry, just got up with myself for a moment. I'll be quiet. Finally. The didn't sound since the timer ticked down and we heard the curtain swing open once again. Alright, well, guess there's no point in trying to overanalyze the situation. Belle, raise the house up. Want to raise the roof up? Didn't figure you were such a party animal, Grant. I'm not. Well, let's see then if the house is hiding anything special. Wow, you got one! Good job on that one, Grant. Figured that this was how it was gonna be. I'm guessing that Clyde and William are behind the stump in the bush. Damn right, you got outmaneuvered again. William, there wasn't any outmaneuvering to do. It was always going to happen. Well, I did some smart plays. I mean, I'm still alive and hidden after all. He's right. He is going to stay alive. Sadly for you, Richard, we can't quite say the same. So how exactly are you gonna execute me? I'll give you a hint. Look up. Look. Richard turned his hand up for just a moment as the dark shadow surrounded him. His eyes went wide, only for a moment before a house crashed on top of him, crushing him into a bloody smear across the ground. Well, that's what happens when you raise a roof. You're liable to have the whole house come falling down. What a terrible accident. That's... William seemed completely shocked by a sudden execution, perhaps more so by the bloody pulp and body fragments that were left around the ground. He just got smashed. He was there and then he just... You alright, William? Once he was quiet and his eyes were just glazing over the viscera. Well, at least his death was peaceful. Let's hope that his time in the afterlife is just as peaceful. The afterlife? Well, he's dead and he's not coming back, so yeah, that's what I mean. That's alright, he'll come back. They always come back. That's what Elizabeth told me. Stop trying to get into his head. You know that he'll be back. So just as much earlier yourself. I guess I did, didn't I? Well, you can't blame a guy for trying. Still, not the best way to go out, honestly. At least it looked painless. Painless, sure, but think about the property damage. And the value of a home goes down so much when people find out that there's a dead body underneath it. Anyway, up you go, Grant. Just flung back up to the ceiling. Oh, and let me take care of that, too. Elle clapped her hands, and the house began to rise up from the stage, leaving a smattering of blood and guts that dripped off the bottom. Even then, there was still a small amount of blood smeared on the floor. You aren't going to clean the rest of the mess up? I think it adds a bit of charm, don't you think? You know how people think that a little blood on someone makes them look hot? It's the same thing, but with a stage. You'll look more disturbed than turned on, I think. Well, let the audience decide that one. But anyway, try not to stand out too long at all. After all, you'll have to survive one more round. Good luck. He was there and he was just... William walked over towards the bloody smear on the ground and stared at it. Hey, don't focus on that right now. How can I not? That's what's gonna happen to one of us. It's gonna drop a tree or a boulder and then we'll just be a red paste. How am I not supposed to worry about something like that? Who cares? If we win, he'll be brought back to life. Probably there's a good chance of it. Even if he doesn't, he'll be back when this whole thing is over. I know that, but even so, it's just cruel to treat his body like this, isn't it? Since when did you care what happens to us? Are you the champ, the person that's only concerned with winning? I am that, but... William hung his head low and sighed as he tucked his hands into his pockets. I don't like seeing people's bodies getting torn up like this. It makes me sick. Reminds me of just some bad shit, you know? I don't know. I haven't really seen any mutilated bodies aside from some horror movies. How are you able to stomach all this? I don't know. Maybe I just think that the worst is done for me. I saw my best friend die right before my eyes. I'm not saying that seeing Richard get crushed isn't horrible, but maybe I'm just getting dull to all this. Anyway, pick a spot that you want to hide in. Right, William looked between the stump and the bush for a few seconds. I'll take the stump. It's further away from all that. Alright, then I'll get behind the brush. Yeah, we each moved over to our various spots and hid. Actually, what? Is it alright if I go over to your spot? You want to swap? No, I mean, like, can we just share a hiding spot? What? Just sharing it, you know, there's plenty of room. William, the space is not the problem. Literally the only way that we lose is if we both choose the same hiding spot and then end up getting caught. Just stay in your space. Alright, but like, what are the odds that he picks the right one? 50%, William. Do the math. Those are good odds. You know what would be better odds? 100% if we just stay split up. Look, I just don't want to be alone, alright? I'm a nervous wreck, okay? I'll admit it. I don't want to get turned into a blood smoothie. I thought was hiding spot placing over towards mine. No, William, just calm down for a second, alright? We've over the time. We have less than a minute to get in our proper hiding spots. We'll be fine. You'll have me. We'll be safe. Good luck. I don't want to take that chance. What the hell is going on in his head? Okay. He's probably just freaking out and in shock. Just have to calm him down or figure something out to keep him from ruining everything. Oh god, if I push him away, he's probably gonna get stuck out, right? Calm him down. Hey, calm down, William. It'll be fine. You're not gonna get squashed, okay? How can you be sure? That's... Alright, let's just think. William wants to survive really more so than just win. To offer him a solution where he feels safe even if it isn't exactly true. You're safe because... Grant's using a pattern. Pattern? Yeah, he's gone a straight line the whole time, starting with the teacup, then the lime, so we'll pick the bush next. You're safe at the stump. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Good, now hurry up and go to your spot unless you want to get crushed. Right. William scurried over to behind the stump right before the timer stopped. This guy, I swear he doesn't have anything going on up in that brain of his. Maybe I'm just being a bit too harsh on him. Maybe he really is bothered by the idea of getting squashed like an ant. Shouldn't I be? Huh. You know, it wouldn't exactly be good to get squashed, actually, but... Pretty sure I'll be fine. Probably. Alright, Grant, make your choice. This will make or break you. There's no need to give me hope. I know that things are pretty much over for me. Might as well see where this... Grant went silent for a few seconds. I only wonder what exactly he was thinking about. You didn't really do a good job of cleaning the blood from the ground, you know that? It's fine, don't worry about it. It'll get cleaned up later. Well, I guess I'll follow the bloody footprints. Bloody footprints? Looked near the ground, and sure enough, there were faint bloody footprints on the ground. A snake from where Richard's body got crushed over to where I was, and then back to the stump? Ah, those are probably William's footprints. Whoops. Raise up the stump. What? No, don't do that! It's all I can stop! Wow, where are the odds of finding that here? Glad you badged. You said you wouldn't pick the spot. Hey, don't get mad at me that you had bloody footprints leading to your hiding spot. Didn't notice them either. Boys, don't need to argue about this. First, let's just run through the motions. With a snap her fingers, Stump rose out of sight, showing William cowering in fear as he looked up towards the ceiling. Well, there you have it. You found William. Hey, can't we just not drop anything on top of me? I mean, we already know that Grant's gonna lose, so... Can you spare me some of the pain and suffering here? You know what, William? Make a good point. It'd be kind of pointless to drop a giant stump on you at this point. Great, so can we just move on from this then, right? No, I'm just gonna drop a tree instead. What? None of us had a moment to register what happens. A full-grown tree just fell atop of William. At least this bladder wasn't as bad this time, but still. That's twice now I've seen people get flattened. Even though it's kind of pointless, I had to follow my own rules, go through the motions, you know. But that kind of brings us to the end of the game, so let's see the results! You're going to still put me through this. I just told you I had to go through the motions, right? So the trio still has one member remaining. That's you, Grant, have unfortunately lost. Grant sighed and simply shrugged. What can you do? In my position, there aren't really that many options. Why, come on down! I'm coming. Walked out from behind the bush. He's going between brush and bush. It's very confusing. Over to Grant. Oh, you've got a little... Don't put your finger across my face, cleaning up a bit of blood that had stained my cheek. There, you look much better. We don't have blood on you. That's good, since I try not to have blood on my face. Good, it's probably not sanitary either. Aren't you the one praising how good blood looks on some people? Anyway, since you won, let's bring back the ensemble for this play, shall we? Belle brought her hands to her lips and blew out some kind of faint blue mist that extended further and further across the stage. Soon I could hear odd squelching sounds like someone was walking through pudding, and as I turned, I could see blood, bone, and flesh starting to melt onto the stage. It was like some odd eldritch animation. It didn't seem natural or normal. Eventually, some forms started to appear, which looked less like mounds of contorting meat and more like a human shape, along with hair and eventually clothes. If I had blinked, I would have missed Richard and William's bodies being completely stitched back together. Is that how you bring people back to life? Oh, the process is quite complicated, more than just putting the bodies back together. But yes, it's part of bringing them back. And now, Belle snapped her fingers and watched the body lurch up. Both Richard and William coughed violently and took huge gasps of air. God damn. Ugh, that's not pleasant. Welcome back, you two. How was Oblivion? Painful. My chest feels like it was ripped apart. You're alive. Doesn't it feel great? I just said it felt painful. Oh, well, if you want to avoid pain, I suppose I could drop another tree on you. I don't want that. And just enjoy it and don't complain. Felt more like a blink to me. Still hurts around my chest, though. Lucky you. It's almost must have seemed like just a dream for you then, huh? Well, I do remember seeing a house about to fall on me. Not the most pleasant memory, even if I didn't feel the pain. Well, don't worry so much about it. What matters is that you've won. Belle turned to Grant with a malicious grin. Now that we have that out of the way, shall we move on to your execution, Grant? Might as well. What do you need me to do? Just head over to that stage there, right in the middle, Grant. We'll make it so you have a spectacularly memorable death. Grant complied, walking slowly over to the center of the stage. Seems I won't be able to save her after all. Not this time, anyway. I'll save you eventually, Veronica, if I haven't already. Aw, isn't that sweet? Before you die, you only care for this Veronica. Well, humans can be driven by any number of things, can't they? Well, let's give you the finale you deserve. Much like life, all that goes up must eventually come down. Down with a painful crunch. All the set pieces fell upon him in an instant. It's almost comical and it's absurd seeing a man crushed and buried in these odd set pieces. If not for the sound of crunch bones, sprayed blood, and other horrible images, I might have laughed. Because how else are you supposed to respond? Cry, scream, faint? But all I could do was stare, dulled, empty of any strong emotions. Not like I knew Grant. Sure, I didn't want him dead, but it was him or us. And hey, at the end of the day, he'll be back, won't he? And that's what he said. That's what everyone's saying. So, does it matter? Clyde? You all right there? You were zoning out for a moment. Oh, sorry, I was just lost in my own head for a moment there. Understandable, everyone processes this kind of stuff differently. William doesn't seem to be handling it all that well either. Huh? No, I'm doing just fine. Just, I have a bit of blood in my eye. You decide to simply stare and not wipe your eyes. Well, you're not supposed to rub your eyes. It'll damage them. Just let my eyes flush the blood out later. If you say so. Are you all done being dazzled? Such a magnificent and wonderful death, don't you think? It's memorable. I'm not sure if I'd say it was wonderful. Memorable is wonderful. If it's not memorable, it wasn't worth doing. But now you're all ready. Why not make your way to the final lounge? Sure you won't ruminate and think about what the finale will bring. Let your mind wander and wonder about what's to come. You can seize victory in your wish. Right, the wish. William tucked his hand into a box and began to look around. But how do we get there? Simple, if you just take this exit right here. They'll snap their fingers, the door opened up behind the stage. And turned on the sirens outside. That's your ticket on out of here. I've got another game to run, so I've got to get going. But I'll see you all soon. Until then, toodles. She left in a poof of blue smoke. Alright, well, let's go then. No point in waiting here, and ain't nothing for us but the door, and... Bloom looked over the bloody mess that was Grant's body and recoiled. Ugh, I just want to leave. I hate looking at stuff like that. I think most people don't. Alright, then let's go. We all walked towards the exit and began to march down the hallway. Walked in silence for the first few minutes, but that silence didn't last long. How do you do it? Leona turned to Richard and it was clear the question was pointed at him. What do you mean? How do you just stand there and not be bothered when people are dying around you? When Grant died, you just seemed to be the least affected. Well, it was a gruesome scene to say the least, but I think I was able to get through it, mainly because I knew that Grant was at peace. He was at peace? Yeah, I could see in his eyes a sense of acceptance. He wasn't afraid, he wasn't fearful, he just took what was coming to him with grace. Honestly, it surprised me quite a bit. Because you don't think anyone can accept death with grace? No, I've just learned a few bad things about Grant. I figured that he'd go with a boom, not a whisper. Really? That guy, he's about as explosive as bubble wrap. Yeah, he is. I figured that anyone working for Cole would have been a bit more aggressive. Cole? You know Cole? Well, I know enough about him, seeing his work firsthand. It was rude of me to make assumptions of Grant just based on their associations. I guess that I'm surprised you were able to get any info on him. I heard that they're pretty tight-lipped. Well, my father and I had access to some of the more private information just due to some past relationships. More curious as to how you know him. Oh, well, I just heard a few things from a few people. I mean, I'm very studious, and I know where to dig the information is all. I see, so you probably know about his violent tendencies, how he has his own personal mercenary group that parades his military, frequently extorts money from innocent people, intimidates those who don't fall in line. If things get really bad, he doesn't shy away from having them murdered. He's a complete and utter control freak, and a disgrace to be a human being at that. I mean, yeah, I knew all that stuff. Dangerous stuff, you know? Yeah, this guy sounds like a real piece of work. You've met him, you know. I have? Yeah, he was the guy with the green mask back at the ceremony. I think he had a number 4 on his mask, too. Huh, now you described him as this horrific, angry monster that maybe that mask was fitting for him? Actually, I'm pretty sure you interrupted that guy or said some aggressive things to him, William. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Surprised he didn't lash out. Maybe he's trying to look good in front of the others? Last time someone disrespected him, he just killed them. Well... Are you serious? Yeah, I was there when it happened. Shit, well, I'm sure he's not gonna do anything to me when I get back. Really fine, he's not gonna do a thing to you or anyone for that matter. What do you mean? When I get my wish, I'm gonna make sure that he can't hurt anyone because he'll be dead. You're gonna kill him? Yeah, I mean, that seems like a good idea, doesn't it? I guess. I mean, he can't hurt anyone if he's dead, but... Won't the others be pissed off that you killed him? Like his underlings or like the other leaders? Probably. They might even kill me for doing it, but that's alright. That's alright? You're just fine dying to ensure that Cole dies too? Richard fell silent and shivered. Yeah, I'm ready for this. Even though he had said that even I could tell that he wasn't completely confident in his words. Are you sure? I have to be. I just have to. I felt a heavy sigh and walked toward the end of the hallway. Looks like this is our last stop. Right, just one more game to go. More importantly, I kinda know what the standings are like. Standings? You'll see when we get there. Alright, let's see what you mean. Richard opened the door and the 3 of us walked into the lounge one last time. Alright, so it should be right around here. William was looking around the room until his eyes fell upon a spot on the wall. Oh, there it is! William walked over to the part of the wall and waited for us to come over. Walked there, we saw some kind of portrait or painting hanging right next to the wall. Huh, looks like there's a lot of people who've already won. Already won? Take a look for yourself. Walk closer to the portrait to get a better look. Clyde? Christ, my head is killing me. You're getting a headache just from looking at the portrait? Talk about weak-minded. Screw you. God, this headache isn't letting up either. What's going on? Is it just the picture? Is it something else? It's like something's trying to push itself to the forefront of my mind, even if it means tearing apart the rest of my brain in the process. Hey, if you need to lie down, you should. Richard put a hand on my shoulder and shook me gently. And just like that, it was gone. I'm good. Guess it was just a passing thing. Alright, don't push yourself if you don't have to. Thanks, I think I'll manage. More importantly, what's the deal with this? Got all our faces and some of us have little wreaths of clovers? That seems to be the case. What's wrong, William? Nothing's wrong, just a little myth that I haven't won yet. You gotta have shown my skills by now. What do you mean you haven't won yet? I mean what I said, I haven't won yet. I haven't gotten a wish yet. Don't tell me you haven't figured it out yet. William tapped my portrait. The little wreaths mean that you've already won and that you've already gotten the wish. What? No, it can't be right. This is like a one and done thing, isn't it? We play once and then it's over. No, I'm pretty sure he's right. But that can't be. I don't remember playing through this. I think I remember I played through more than one set of death games. Well, you clearly don't, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. I told you, the race mean that you've already won already. We've done this 9 times already? 9? We've done this whole thing 9 times already. Well, technically 10 if you include this run. And from the looks of things, you've already won, Clyde. So did Devin. And if Devin won, and I won, that means there's some kind of cycle of death and rebirth or something like it anyway. So it's true, we really are going to be safe, and we're all going to be okay. Heavy breath, and felt my body relaxing. She was safe, I was safe, we all were safe. You look relieved. I'm just happy to know Devin and I are going to be okay. That's all. You really do care for her, don't you? Of course I do, she's my best friend. Yes, of course that's true, but... Why is my chest feeling hot? It's never been this way when I've talked about Devin before. What's going on with me? She's special to me. Don't really know how else to say it. Oh, I didn't. Well, I'm happy for you. I think that you two will be great at keeping each other grounded when this is all over. When it's all over, huh? So when everyone gets a wish, they'll all be over, right? That's it exactly. In that sense, my father's already done his part. And half of us have, actually. We're making progress. Steady progress. At least I hope so. It's possible that we've done this 50 times and just have had some really bad luck is all. I see. If we need everyone to win at some point or another, then... You were willing to try to win the next game, right? It's correct, though Laura and Alphonse would also be eligible candidates for winning too. Assuming that either of them managed to win their next game. Yeah, I suppose so. Only one of them can win, right? So chances are around 50% that one of them ends up the winner, right? Something along those lines. Assumes the game is purely chance, which I doubt. Right, okay, I think I understand then. Walked away from the portrait and took a seat on the couch to collect my thoughts. Well, there weren't really many thoughts to collect. The fact of the matter was, I already won some round of this game. So Devin, so a number of people. You're all going to survive this in some way, shape, or form. Really, all you had to do at this point was minimize suffering and help everyone else move ahead so this game would be done with sooner. All there was to it. However, I think that's all there was to this video for now. So, thank you for watching. In the next part, I guess we'll head for the last game. That's a little bit of a twist to be like, oh, by the way, all the same people have been playing, so... But what was with the different colors? That's a good question. I don't know what was with the different colors. But, yeah. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, start liking, commenting, and or subscribing. Really enjoyed it? Consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps her keep being content like this and more. Find links for that in the description below, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!